Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EGIK WM France deck G456 game with Giorgio 8282, Mercator, and Agrippina. Looking at this opening pile, the pick is Grocer, and it's not really close. Villain seems fun, so getting Villain back with Grocer would be fun. Villain Grocer seems like a nice combo. Reed Collector should get taken. Fiddler, maybe I get Fiddler. Yeah. Aside from Villain and Fiddler, not really interested in playing any of the rest of these. Chief's Grandson could be okay. But yeah, definitely first picking Grocer here. So one of the things that's pretty strong to do with Grocer is you just really make sure you set up a cooking hearth and reasonable feeding before you play it. So I kind of like Wealthiest European here. I think it looks pretty strong actually. If I'm not going to take Wealthiest European, Tenant Farmer can be an influx of food to buy the Grocer goods. Animal Nurse is okay. Sculptor's Son is pretty decent. I don't really like Sculptor's Son with Grocer though. So I like Wealthiest Euro here. And it's been a while since I've played a Wealthiest European game. So let's try to make a neat Wealthiest European game. Okay. Hello, Tomino008. Rylocren hopes this won't be a unicycle game. Unicycle's fun. Unicycle's fun. What if I play Wealthiest European round 4 for 3 stone and then I play Unicycle round 5? What about that? Checkmate. Okay. Smuggler can get me grain, but it's quite a bit weaker than Omni Farmer. So probably just taking Omni Farmer here. I probably want a Hearth, so I'm not going to take Hunter. Juggler's an early game card, don't want. Clay Hut Builder is an option. So with Wealthiest European, I could definitely set up, probably build a wood room, then Reno, then play Wealthiest European, get a bunch of reed, play Clay Hut Builder, build some clay rooms, do a big house. Omni Farmer is quite a nice card though. I think I'm going to take Omni Farmer here. And this is looking like a pretty good 3 occupation hand so far. Play Wealthiest European round 8 maybe. Play Grocer round 9. Play Omni Farmer round 11. It's looking like quite a strong 3 occupation hand. Renaissance Man is very interesting here. Reason being that if I buy all the stuff off of Grocer, then Renaissance Man it's just a point for the rest of the game. So that's pretty good. Mayor Candidate, I like less. Yeah, Mayor Candidate with Wealthiest European is not as good. So I'm kind of sad passing Mayor Candidate here, but Renaissance Man looks pretty neat with Grocer. So I'll take that one. Honestly, surprised to see Fiddler still here. I like Fiddler, but maybe other people don't like Fiddler as much as I do. I'm going to grab Chief's Grandson here. Chief's Grandson is the only card out of this pack that I might actually play. Because we have to remember that it has to get played after Wealthiest European, and probably after Grocer and Renaissance Man too. So it needs to fit in between Renaissance Man and Omni Farmer, which is a pretty strict timing. It's something that's going to have to be pretty good and slow. Potentially slow down Omni Farmer. So I'll mention again. I'm gonna mention this probably a couple times today. Um, hosting a charity tournament on the 19th, so 1 week from today. I put a link in chat. You can click on that, and all the details are on there. Would love to see some of you guys participate. And Keeper's okay. I think I'm going to take Tenant Farmer just because the upside with Tenant Farmer is pretty nice. Although I am passing a Cater Maid. I didn't think about it Maid with a Cater at all because Maid is such a nothing card. But Maid with a Cater is actually worth setting up. Like if you can reno round 5 with a Cater plus Maid, that's 2 food per round for the rest of the game. Like that's significant. And especially with Clay Hut Builder in the game too. That could be a pretty strong hand. Well, not a strong hand, but it would be a good combination of some not very strong cards. A Cater's one of those where sometimes it'll trigger only off of the well, and sometimes or nothing, and sometimes it could feed your whole game plan. Margrave here is funny. Also, the fact that Clay Hut Builder is still here is also funny. They're good cards coming back. Clay Hut Builder's or chess player is decent. Clay Hut Builder could be good here. You know, with Wealthiest European, I talked about what I could potentially do. So with Margrave and Chief's Grandson, so if I get some help to play occupations out of my minors, I could take Margrave and play Margrave Chief's Grandson together, and then that's, I'm getting food plus points for going up to stone early. And then with Wealthiest European, I could build potentially a stone room, and then the Grocer Renaissance Man Omni Farmer is giving me lots of point ceiling, so if I don't build the stone room and stay on a 3-room house. The other thing I could do is skip building a wood room altogether and spam occupations in the first 2 stages and while getting up to stone. And then, but then Wealthiest European can't really build a stone house, so that's the question here. Am I going up to stone with Chief's Grandson Margrave, or am I staying in clay and building clay rooms with Clay Hut Builder? I think both options look reasonable. I think the Margrave Chief's Grandson, the timing is going to be almost exactly when Grocer Omni Farmer wants to come out. I wonder if I should actually take Chess Player here, just thinking that a 5 food action space in the mid game to buy grocer stuff might be quite good for me actually. What am I supposed to do here? This is hard. I wish I could know what my minors were. If I see Lighthouse, I'll go to stone, skip building a wood room, build a stone room, and then Margrave, Chief's Grandson, is fine. But again, they're coming at the same time as Grocer Renaissance Man, which is awkward. So I think I should hedge my bets away from that and Clay Hut Build here. Take Clay Hut Builder. I'm not sure if that was the right pick. I'm not sure what the right pick was there. Lots of good cards in this pile. Raspberries, Spinny, Grain Cart, Harvest Feast. artichoke field. Be nice to be in control of Harvest Feast with Renaissance Man. It would let me sow all of my crops in an even numbered round and then play Harvest Feast so that I can still trigger Renaissance Man. If I go Grain Cart, I could potentially build ovens instead of a cooking hearth. But the problem with Grain Cart is the 2-Oc prereq, and so it has to come after Wealthiest Euro Grocer, and then it's not actually being activated to buy grocer goods right away. Similar issue with Spinny, actually. Raspberries, I think, is the pick here. I think raspberries is the pick. I can just place it on my spaces where I'm going to fence. Yeah. Okay. If I do go the crop route, baguette is not a bad option. Sundial is kind of interesting. So if I was going to do Sundial, then I'm hoping to line up like Grocer round 7. Have 2 fields, Grocer round 7, be able to buy a grain and a vegetable and then sow them. That's maybe a thing. I like Ox Goad here. Stone Giant's not bad. I should also talk about Stone Giant. If I want to set up a really early Renaissance Man, the way that I do that is with Archangel. Could do that. Could play Wealthiest European round 4 or round 5 maybe, and then play Renaissance Man round 6. Or not play Wealthiest European and play Renaissance Man round 3 with Archangel. Yeah, you know what? That actually looks pretty good. That does look pretty good, actually. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Golden Rose looks pretty excellent here. So if I'm going to get grain and vegetable early, then I'm going to want to... I have extra incentive to plow and sow them. And Golden Rose is even more of a reason to, because it'll make all my occupations free later on. So that's great. Extensive Resume is not bad with Wealthiest Hero Golden Rose, but I don't know that it's... I just don't think it's what I want here. Allegory is interesting because Allegory plus Tenant Farmer equals all my breeding pairs. It's a lot of wood, though. And the problem with the early Renaissance Man is Wealthiest European is not getting me a ton of wood for my fencing. But I think I'm going to take it anyways, just because that combo is pretty strong. Especially with Omni Farmer here. This is almost looking like a forgo growth game. Like, I almost have enough point ceiling in this hand between Omni Farmer and Renaissance Man that I can forgo growing just to get a maxed Omni Farmer and to have like a silly amount of points from animals and max out crops. I'm not sure still. I'm not sure. Oh man, was I muted for like that whole time? I hope not. Whoops. I just hit the button and it seemed to unmute. Uh-oh. Just for like 10 seconds? Okay, good. Phew. Alright. Yeah, so I was saying I almost have enough point ceiling here to not grow. With Tenant Farmer Allegory and with Omni Farmer Renaissance Man, I almost have enough point ceiling to do a 2-room house game. Almost. I will still need actions, that's the problem. But like, yeah. If I could play well, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure what I should be doing. Not sure if I set up Renaissance Man like round 3, or if I yeah, because the way I set up Renaissance Man round 3, I need a Reedstone food action, a clay action, a wood action, and I need the 1 grain space to be taken. I'll take it once probably, and then I need someone else to take it. So that's Reedstone food, clay, wood, grain, play Archangel, play Renaissance Man. That's 6 actions. So I could theoretically have it out in round 3 for a 10-point Renaissance Man. But the problem with that is it prevents me from being able to spend the wood and reed until I have more than, like, I need 1 extra of everything. If I am going to sow very early, crop crib is better than normal. But I don't really have plow help, so returning a field is a pretty significant cost this game. If I am going to get grain vegetable early, I think bronze oven is probably a reasonable pick here. Yeah, then I can bake the grocer grain, even if I keep the archangel grain. Yeah, crop crib is interesting, but yeah, I don't quite have enough plow help. I don't think to play crop crib. It is interesting with crop crib is interesting with the idea of going up to stone and then building a stone room. Hmm. Okay, I like sundial quite a bit here. Stone giant is also interesting. Adjacency to family growth with wealthiest European. You can do some pretty neat stuff. But I like sundial here actually quite a bit. So if I am getting green vegetable early, sowing onto sundial looks nice. Looks neat. Late piggy bank, very late piggy bank. Usually someone can pick up piggy bank, but it seems like maybe not in this game. Um, None of these are great. Rake, I guess. You know what? 5 fields is going to be really tough to do. Let's take Hermit Stick. Maybe I only grow once and don't grow again. So I'm second, and we had self-employee round 1 from Giorgio. Definitely taking 3 wood. This still leaves the option of wealthiest European open, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do 3 wood into start player Archangel, and then take Reedstone food with my first action next round, and then hopefully second action 1 grain, 1 reed, and then round 3 my 2 moves will be clay move and Renaissance Man. And I'm going to set up a 10-point Renaissance Man here. Educator. Ooh. Um, Mercator did open Golden Rose with Educator. So that tells me that he didn't have an occupation hand that could support setting up Golden Rose. Because I think with Educator, you have to consider setting up Golden Rose. Also, it's possible he had something even better than Golden Rose for Educator. And what card is that? Animal Pen. I can't think of too much better than Animal Pen for Educator. Unless you also had Quarryman and then you opened Quarry, then you would definitely do that for a 10 food action. Lots of read in this game already. Archangel plus Reed Collector. Lots of read already. Working gloves. Giorgio plowing here. An Archangel goes untaken. That's good for me. Would love 4 wood, but gotta take Reedstone food. Need to get that stone when I can for my Renaissance Man. I mean, I don't have to commit to Renaissance Man. I could still wealthiest European. So I could delay. So I could delay Renaissance Man. Let's say 3 rounds. Let's say I delay Renaissance Man 3 rounds. Then what I would be doing is Rick's got food connoisseur. Okay. Let's say I delay Renaissance Man from round, instead of playing it round 3, I play it round 7. I play Wealthiest European round 6. That gives me an extra 5 resources from Wealthiest European. Wealthiest European is good. It's really good, but I just think it's going to be better for me to set up Golden Rose, set up Omni Farmer. Yeah. I just think that's going to be better for me this game. Set up Sundial. Sundial should be really, really good. Plow 2 fields before round 7. Or before the end of round 7. Get a grain and a vegetable sown in round 7. Yeah. Merc first action day labor. So that means 4 wood gets all the way to Agrippina, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. GR is a great action. I'm surprised nobody went for it. Yeah, so the other thing is if nobody takes the grain, so if I have to take grain the second time myself, that probably makes the Renaissance man line worse. But the advantage of what I've done so far is I could just not take clay, take wood next round, and I'm ready to build the first room, and then I'm back on the wealthiest European line. Mayor candidate. So Giorgio's got Sculptor's Son, probably. Gonna play Sculptor's Son with Mayor candidate and joinery. Why did Giorgio play self-employee? What did we pass? Did he first pick Quarry or something? First pick... Could be first pick, like Tuileries Garden or something. Although you probably don't plow a field in that case. I don't know. Maybe he's got Graduate. First pick Graduate. Yeah, if nobody's going to take a grain and a reed, giving me a vegetable, then I can change tax and go back to the wealthiest European plan. So I think if I have to take grain the second time, grain and reed the second time, it is worse. It is definitely worse. Because that slows me down a full action, which slows down my setting up feeding a full action, which slows everything else down. I keep start player, which is fantastic. Alright, well, I think I'm taking 4 clay here no matter what. Because if I have to take the grain and vegetable, if I have to take the grain and read myself, then I have 2 grain and I can bake one of them with the clay oven. It would mean that I need another stone later, but that's not so difficult. Yeah, Giorgio Sculptor's son. I knew that was coming. Rick's gonna educate something. Oh, did he get the traveling players card? If he got the traveling players card, it's a pretty good play here. Yep. Juggler, yep. And then you can take 6 food from traveling players plus a wood. Yeah, it could be Animal Pen. I don't think it's Animal Pen Fofo, but it is possible. Like, so the thing about Animal Pen is that with Educator, you really want stuff that buffs up actions. Like, that buffs up, puts food on actions, which Animal Pen just does give you a ton of food. But I think, oh, sorry, this is Giorgio we were talking about. Okay, so Agrippina builds the fireplace. So, yeah, the moment that I play Renaissance Man, this grain and reed is never getting taken. So I think what I do is I read stone food here. This gives me the option. This kind of hedges my bets both ways. This lets me take wood and build, or it lets me build a clay oven and play Renaissance Man. It lets me do both. I think the grain and a reed action is quite strong. I'm pretty surprised it's not been taken by anyone yet. I think the action is quite good. Giorgio's probably taking 3 wood here, right? Also, Giorgio's got a great start. I should point out, with Reed Collector, it's going to be pretty trivial for Giorgio to build multiple wood rooms. So that's great. Giorgio's off to a nice start. Just needs to figure out his feeding. So he kind of needs his 4 food fishing next round. But he might get it. You know, depends on what Mercator does here. Mercator might take 3 food again. It's not impossible. Agrippina might 3 wood to set up being able to build the first room in 4. Because I'm pretty sure Giorgio cannot afford the first action build. Because then if the 4 food fishing doesn't wheel, he's just really stuck. Merc's gonna start player Animal Artichoke Field. So Agrippina could 3 wood, could grain in a reed, could 3 food fish here. I think Agrippina wants to build and take sheep next round, so probably 3 wood first move here. Or sorry, 3 wood and then build sheep next round. And Merc might go for the 4 food fishing. 4 food fishing in a grain. I want 4 wood next round. 4 wood gives me enough wood for Sundial plus Rune plus Renaissance Man, so pretty sure I'm going to take 4 wood fairly highly next round. Agrippina's playing House Steward here. Okay. I mean, with Clay Hut Builder, Wealthiest Euro, I can definitely compete for House Steward. Giorgio might have a pretty good House Steward game, though, so... And of course, Agrippina has the card, so I'm sure Agrippina's got plans for multiple rooms. So yeah, this is another spot where I can think about. I can think about not growing. If it's a late family growth game, I can think about or growing once. I can definitely. It's not an automatic. If it's a late family growth game and these guys all build multiple rooms, you know, it's something to consider. Yeah, I'll grab 4 wood here. Take good resource actions when I can. Agrippina's second move, taking the sheep, for sure. So that means I can build the first room. Giorgio's got to figure out how he's going to feed. Obviously, it's a wood, but what's the other? Is it take wood and day labor here? Man, if family growth flips in 5, this could be really incredible for me. If family growth flips in 5, that means I have time probably to plow 1 or 2 fields to set up my sundial, which would be really excellent. And then I would definitely play Wealthiest European. Man, this hand can do so much. I just need the actions. I really just need the actions to go off. Alright, I'm going to build here. With Agrippina seated in front of me, if Agrippina builds the next room, I will consider not... I will definitely consider not start playering to set up my feeding, get my clay oven online, take grain again, grain and reed and vegetable. Giorgio, start player Spinny. Oh, okay, yeah, nice. So Giorgio gets 6 wood. 6 wood, that becomes 8 wood. And putting Spinny in the game too. Alright. Wealthiest European for a ton of wood just got a lot better. A lot better. I might have a hard time fencing, and actually Allegory is going to be very tough with Spinny in the game. Unless I'm Wealthiest European. Oh, man. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Oh, man. That was a fantastic flip. That was really great. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sometimes you're setting up a game that is looking like it's going to go off the rails because the other players aren't. They're not taking grain in a reed like you want them to. And then the game says, don't worry about it. Just have the first room. Okay, thank you, game. Thank you, game. Alright, I'm forced to grow here, no problem. We'll happily play Sundial here on Family Growth. So I think my new goal is Wealthiest European and Renaissance Man round 7. I think that could be pretty good. If I could do both. Because then it's a 7-point Renaissance Man, and Wealthiest European is 6 wood. Yeah, and that's definitely with Spinny coming into the game, considering I have Allegory. I have Allegory. I know I want to fence at a reasonable time with Tenant Farmer and Omni Farmer. So it's just getting the wood out as soon as possible. And actually, Grocer is looking like it's... Grocer will still be good, because Grocer gets me my reed without having to take reed again. Although I might have too much reed. If I take grain, second action here, take grain, reed, vegetable here, They all know about Renaissance Man. Maybe that's what they're playing around. They don't want to take Grain and Reed because they know that Renaissance Man is in the game. That would be smart. That would be a smart thing to do, to play around that. Um, I probably should take build the clay oven here though. Just looking at the fact that Mercator is able to build the clay oven, and with Educator we know Mercator wants lots of food. So I probably should build the clay oven here. Even though I have the bronze oven, I'm going to clay oven. Because I don't want to spend this second stone. I don't want to have to take stone again before I trigger Renaissance Man. That's the real thing that I'm playing around here. And now that I've played the clay oven, maybe someone will take the grain and reed because I no longer am set up for Renaissance Man. Maybe. So round 6 is something like something grain plow. Take one grain reed vegetable and plow certainly. And then my round 7 is hopefully also includes a plow action so that I can sow a grain and a vegetable. And as I've said, I think the goal is round 7, wealthiest Euro, Renaissance Man, plow as my 3 actions. So that means I need one more food, unless I want to eat a raw grain, which I don't want to. So that means I need to take one food from one of these next two. From this round, I need to take one food, which is ironic because bronze oven gives one more food than the clay oven. Isn't it ironic? Well, I don't know what my third action is this round. I know it's grain and plow, so if my third action is reedstone food, that's fine. Reedstone food, then maybe I build the BMW. Or 3 food traveling players. You know what? 3 food traveling players is not bad. Yeah, you know what? It kind of messes with Mercator. Giorgio is really hungry. Agrippina is not doing too bad. You know what? I wonder if Mercator's counting on this 3 food traveling players there. I think the game is reasonably hungry. Everybody at the table is reasonably hungry. Agrippina gold medals, cattle. Okay. Yeah, Allegory plus Tenant Farmer just got quite a bit better since it gets me a breeding pair of cattle. I'm guessing Giorgio's going to try to build the BMW with that reedstone food action. Especially if he has a miner that gives reed. No, he needs to grow next round. He's going to grow next round, so his second action has to be another food action. It can't be BMW. It's not a food move. Start player Black Swan Lake for Mercator. I'm not going to take 3 wood. If I'm not going to police wood here. He can get 3 wood if he wants. I know what my last 2 moves are. They're already spoken for. Agrippina's playing Animal Breeder. Alright. So Agrippina looks like she's going to set up some fencing here. Whoops. Villain for Mercator. Nice. Yeah. Obviously it was never coming back. Unfortunately, I was overly optimistic. Very overly optimistic. It was one of the best cards in that pack. Sows onto the artichoke field, sure. Now, if the 6 wood's there, I'm obviously taking the 6 wood over Wealthiest Euro. Or over Renaissance Man. Because 6 wood is 5 wood is absolutely worth a point in this game. I'm pretty sure the wood is never getting to me. It's getting taken by one of the other two players. Oh, Black Swan like a Keter was the combo. Okay, not the well. That works. Mercator first action building is good for me because it means that Giorgio has to first action family growth. Does mean that Agrippina gets the wood, but we know Agrippina's actions, right? We know what Agrippina's next move is going to be. So my 3 moves this round should be extremely safe. I don't believe there's going to be any contest. Yeah, I don't believe there's any way that they're contesting me for these actions. Because unless Giorgio has an occupation that gives food, but I'm pretty sure, pretty sure Giorgio's taking food with this first move. No, Giorgio has to family growth, right? And Giorgio's second action has to give food. So the minor will reveal what Giorgio's second action has to be. Because if he plays a minor that gives food, then he can build the BMW or read. Agrippina's going to fence and take the sheep. I'm fairly confident Agrippina's taking fencing and taking the sheep. Giorgio's got cherry orchard. Okay. So I could ask myself if I guess I should talk about this at least. Should I build another room? Because after I play Wealthiest European, I will have the wood for another room. I won't have the reed, but I can get the reed for Renaissance Man by playing Grocer. The reed is almost at the top. Grocer's not a bad play because I probably want a bake action in stage 3, right? I probably want to play Bronze Oven. So if I'm playing Bronze Oven, it could be played on Family Growth, right? But the Bronze Oven could also just be played on Reno. Buy it. How many stone is on Grocer? It's just 1, right? It is just 1 stone on Grocer. Does Wealthiest European need to give me 1 stone then? So that I don't have to take a raw stone action? Probably. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Five wood, 1 stone. And then that way a 6 clay action is enough for Reno plus Bronze Oven. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Or even 5 clay would be enough because I do get a clay from Grocer. Yeah, House Steward Animal Breeder is a bit awkward for Agrippina because she wants to spend her wood on fencing here. Oh, you know what? She took the sheep before fencing. Does that mean she's going to build 2 rooms and not play and not fence here? That seems like it's got to be incorrect. I'm quite surprised she didn't set up double breeding. Did she not have enough food? She had enough. She had 3 food and a sheep, so she had a sheep here already. So she had 5 food. She needed 6. 5 food. So if you buy cattle, you go down to 2. Then you take sheep. Okay, you can't hold the breeding pair of sheep. Agrippina couldn't hold the breeding pair of sheep, right? She would have had to eat one of the sheep no matter what. Yes, right. So the 3 sheep before after doesn't really make a difference. Yeah. Yeah. 2 4-wood actions next round. That's good. I should get one of them. I'm threatening build, so Agrippina might first action build here. I'm not going to build, and I think with Renaissance Man it's pretty clear that I'm not going to build, but they don't know that. So 4 wood next round, taking one of the 4 wood actions, definitely. There's 2 read on Grocer. So there is a line where I clay hut builder and build a clay room. Or take clay twice and build a clay room. But it requires buying Grocer stuff. So it's a lot of actions. It's a lot of required actions. Oh, mathematician took a wood. So now there's only 1 4 wood action. And Agrippina might take it here. No, Agrippina built. Alright. I did get a 4 wood action, which is phenomenal. So now I'm looking at how to set up Omni Farmer here. That's kind of the next mini goal. So yeah, building the bronze oven for a bake action. Omni Farmer can put a vegetable onto Omni Farmer. Yep, looking great, looking really good. So 6 clay. Oh, 6 clay's gone. Okay, 4 clay. Buy a Grocer. That puts me at 6, which is enough for 3 plus 2 bronze oven. Okay, so if I build the bronze oven, 3 clay is enough. Or sorry, I need 4 clay. So I need to take 4 clay next round. So this is probably just another 3 wood action here. And then last action, occupation Omni Farmer, probably, or plow a field. I want to bake this grain. I do have sundial coming in here, so the field is not just a field; it's a field plus something else. So it's a field plus a vegetable, and a field plus a vegetable is a pretty good, probably a good action for me this game. Yeah, but I could plow the field next round too. I don't have to play Omni Farmer here. Who else is going to play Ox? Giorgio's starving. And Agrippina. Agrippina's not starving. But Agrippina wants to get in the growth queue. I wonder if I should be looking at no, I can't start player. Giorgio started player. So I hope Giorgio takes the wood with their last action. Yeah, occupation should be relatively uncontested. So I like sow here. Or sorry, I like plow. Lets me use my sundial a bit better next round. Sundial is fantastic for these kinds of games. It's a little worse when I'm baking because I don't really get I don't want to just take a baking action when I get a sow anyways. So I'm hoping to save that for stage 4. But that's where the building the other oven is fantastic. Giorgio did take the wood. Good. Okay. And grain cart. Yep. So both Giorgio and Mercator are very interested in the stone oven, and they'll also, if they do build the stone oven, they will definitely appreciate bronze oven being used. So giving them bake actions is that's actually going to be relevant this game with with grain cart. If Giorgio gets a nice way to bake, that's gonna be very relevant. Agrippina. What's her first move? 4 clay. Okay. That's not what I wanted to see. What if I build the stone oven instead of the bronze oven? Oh, Renaissance Man has a second point on it. 3 stone, 3 stone, stone oven. Occupation Omni Farmer. But then I don't have a clay after I've built the stone oven. I'm surprised I didn't get clay here. That kind of messes things up for me. I can give up a round of Omni Farmer. Giving up a round of Omni Farmer is not the worst thing in the world, but it is annoying. Golden Rose actually is a reasonable play here. Maybe I should start player Golden Rose. Yeah, that gives me a lot of flexibility. It lets me play on the expensive Ox space if I need to. And it probably means I get 4 wood next round. Because I don't think anyone's going to have time to take 2 wood this round. Or the desire to. They need to figure out their feeding. Jojo takes the stone. Yeah, it's fine. Jojo can go after the stone oven. I don't really care. Yeah, so then if I'm start player in 10, I should get 4 wood, 4 clay. So I probably just have to bake as a full action here. Yeah, I don't really see a good alternative to just bake as a full action here. And I'll play Omni Farmer last move. Could maybe take grain. Maybe. Oh, lots of grain being taken here. Alright, well, so bake is looking actually kind of contested, so. Bake. So. There weren't really any plows in the draft, were there? If there aren't any plows in the draft, then what I'm doing is better, I have to say. Getting 3 fields down this early, if there are no plows in the draft, means that I'm going to farm much better than all the other players. Now, Mercator does have a lane. You know what? Mercator's waiting for me to occupation here. Yeah. Because my occupation lets Mercator sow his vegetable, which he definitely appreciates. Oh, 2 wood got taken by Mercator. I'm surprised. Well, maybe I get 6. Maybe I get 5 wood next round then. Agrippina's probably not taking 2 wood. Yeah. Okay, I get 5 wood next round. That works. I expected 3 wood to be taken, but it was not. Whoops. Feed 6, veg to Omni. Go, Educator. Gotta wait to see if mercator sows. Yeah, it was obvious that he was gonna sow. It's quite obvious that he was gonna sow. Animal nurse, okay. Oh, so you can buy cattle here. And then building a cooking hearth is pretty good for him. Alright. I have enough wood now to fence 13 and play allegory. That's almost enough. Almost. Oh, the clay gets scooped up again. Okay, I'm not getting to a clay house, I guess. I'm just not going to be renovating at all. Seems like. Well, I mean, I like a sow bake action this round. I definitely like another sow bake because I'm going to play grocer. And so then sow bake, I can sow a grain and bake a grain. So that's fine. And then I can omni one of the grain. Yeah, fence 13. Let's behold one sheep. So if I set up the allegory tenant farmer here, so okay, I need 6, so I have 5 more actions. One of them's grocer, one of them's sow bake. And then fence, allegory, tenant farmer. That works. I have enough moves. I have enough actions for it. And it lets me allegory, start player allegory round 11. Okay, so the question now is the timing. Is anyone going to fence here? Agrippina might want to fence. Also, sow bake. I have to look at sow bake. Is that contested? Oh, you know what? If I'm buying down to a grain, I'm going to need more food than I said. Vegetable. I need to read this again. Read clay. Wood, vegetable, stone, grain, reed. Yes, if I'm buying down to a grain, I'm going to need more food. Baking 1 will not be enough. Okay, so the difference between allegory round 11 and allegory round... Well, the difference between getting the breeding animals in 11, what's the difference? It's 1 cattle difference, which is relevant because gold medal is in the game. That is relevant. I could eat a raw vegetable. I could afford to eat a raw vegetable, probably. Yeah. I guess the other difference is I can't omni farmer. If I do, okay, so I don't need. I could bake 2 grain. Okay, so so what I could do instead of omniing grain next harvest, if I do set up the allegory fence play, then I'd be yeah. Yeah, if I do set up the allegory play, then I could be omniing a sheep and a boar, which is kind of perfect because the boar will be at 4. Okay, the boar will be at 4, so that loses me a point. But the sheep will be at 4, so that's good. You know what? I won't be able to hold all the animals. If I do fence 13, I won't have capacity for all the animals. And I think I don't have time to stable, so I do want to make sure that I can hold 6 cattle. So the big pasture makes sense. The big pasture makes sense. Oh, I have tenant farmer, so having the 4th boar is fine. Having a 4th boar is totally fine with tenant farmer. And then having 2 sheep is fine with tenant farmer, because then one of them gets returned. After I omni one of them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to work then. I need to get the fence action next round, which is not guaranteed, but start player. Yeah, I should be able to first move start player, second move fence, third move expensive ox, since it's not any worse in a other ox space. Okay, I guess there is a question here actually. I don't have enough food right now to buy the second grain. If I don't have enough food to buy the second grain, then this doesn't work. Yes. If I don't have enough food to buy the second grain, I need a food action next round. I think I'm doing this anyways, right? Bake, and then buy for 2 food. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull off the tenant farmer allegory in 11. But that's okay. That gives me time to take another wood action, and then I can change my animal capacity a bit. Or, yeah, it doesn't. It probably doesn't make that much of a difference. Yeah, I omni farmer a grain instead, and it just means that I'll have to. I might have to content myself with staying at 4 cattle and not getting up to 6. But you know what? The other guys are pretty tight on wood, so it might be difficult for them to get up to 6. I mean, Agrippina probably fences in 14 and gets 2 cattle to end with 6, but maybe not. Maybe Agrippina stays at 4. Getting the gold medal points are significant. They are significant. Would definitely be worth taking 2 cattle if I ever have the chance to. Or maybe take 1 cattle twice even. 1 cattle twice is pretty... One cattle twice is a big cost, considering how many actions I have this game. Because I am very tight on moves. I am very tight on actions. Oh! Oh, I don't get a point from Renaissance Man this round. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, you know what? That's probably too big of a change. That's too big of a thing to change. Yeah, that makes a big difference because these guys are counting on a so bake action being available in 11. That was a mistake by me. I screwed that up. Okay. I'm going to start player raspberries here, and then I'll fence and get the raspberries points. Yeah, fence second action should be uncontested. Darn. After all that work on Renaissance Man. Oh, I'm kicking myself. That was a big mistake. I could have played Tenant Farmer. No, not Tenant Farmer. I could not have played Tenant Farmer. Could have played Clay Hut Builder for 8 clay last round. Could have taken grain. And if I take grain, that's taking 5 food or 6 food, depending on if I bronze oven. Yeah, that was a mistake. Mercator, family growth, ox goad. So mercator will take one cattle repeatedly. Yeah. Darn. Oh man, it's only 1 point difference, but losing out on the point from Renaissance Man feels so bad. Feels really bad. The only thing in my favor this game, I'm gonna have a lot more fences a lot earlier. These guys' fences are gonna take a while. Yeah, they're having to take 2 wood at a time. Should I give up on allegory? No, I don't think I will. Yeah, I should be able to get some more, at least one more plow at least. Probably, maybe 2 even. I'm hoping for family growth to flip in 12, by the way. I'm really hoping family growth flips in 12. And what I love is family growth flips in 12. I get second action start player allegory so that I can plow sow in 13. That would be great. Oh, I have Hermit Stick over here, by the way. Another room built. Yeah, these guys are competing on House Steward, which I clearly am not. Yeah, Rick's had a nice game. Nice game. Goes to 4 here. The ox goad with the gold medal cattle will be nice. That'll be quite nice. I need more food. I do need more food for buying this stuff. I need food so that I can play. Probably the way it's looking right now is I'm going to be trying to bronze oven round 14 at this point. That's the way things are looking. Not much on the board here. We'll go ahead and play Tenant Farmer. Feed 6. Omnia Grain. Renaissance Man Point. I wonder if these guys all knew about Clay Hut Extension. Because the Clay, I mean, it makes sense why Agrippina was going after the Clay so aggressively. Because Agrippina wanted Cooking Hearth plus Clay Hut Extension. So Agrippina needed lots of clay. I was a little confused why I wasn't able to get any clay in the like round 7, round 8. But the Clay Hut Extension makes it clear why I didn't. Ooh, Barnmaster, nice. Yeah. Let's Agrippina breed both of her things without having to take more wood. Yeah, I guess if I'm going to play Allegory, it leaves me with 0 wood. So if I'm going to play Allegory, I kind of want to also, in that same round, get get food so that I can buy wood. Yeah. Let's see what the round 12 card is. That'll make and I mean I might not get start player back. And I could also hold allegory till round 13 because I know that I'm going to be baking at least a bit in 13, so I have to. I have to bake in 13. Unless I start eating some animals, but it's not what I've got planned. Putting the grain on Omni might have a pretty significant cost. It might have a quite significant cost. But it's worth like 2 points, so a full action is probably worth 2 points for me. Plow sow here, eh? I kind of hate plow sow. It doesn't come with a bake action. Yeah, I kind of hate plow sow here. The well's available. I should mention that the well is available. Whoops. Is this maybe this round is start player allegory, take grain, sow bake? No, not so bake this round, so bake next round. Oh no, this doesn't work because I need to buy the wood. And I only buy the wood if I have food. But the only way I have food is if I also... I guess if I sow bake, I don't sow the grain. Okay, that's how that works. Alright, yeah. Okay, I only bake one grain, and so... But then I'm going to need more food in 13. Yeah. This sucks. This really sucks. I do have a good Omni Farmer and good Renaissance Man in my favor, but small house. My improvement score is decent compared to the other players. It is decent. The well might be there for me, although I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to play Bronze Oven. I really needed family growth there. I really needed family growth. What if I do 4 clay and build a cooking hearth as my last 2 moves? Then I can eat a vegetable to buy down to the wood, but then I have no clay, so I would need another... I would need more food. 1 more food to buy the clay. This is rough. Take 1. Oh, sow both. I'll just sow both. I don't need to announce that I'm buying anything. Just sow both. Yeah, the other thing is family growth is not even, without room, is not even that contested. Agrippina can't use it. Um, Giorgio wants to grow to 5, and Mercator wants to grow to 5, but it's not really a contested action at all. I almost wonder if I should take two. If 2 cattle's available next round, I should consider taking 2 cattle. Or do I hope that the 2 cattle wheel? Maybe I do that. Maybe I'm supposed to do that. Hope the 2 cattle wheel. Because these guys don't have fences, so maybe animals are going to start going around. Yeah, hope that I can first move family growth plow, so start player. Maybe Reno gets taken because of their big houses, and that I hope I wheel the 2 cattle. That's probably what I need to have happen. So I need to buy 3 things to get the wood for the point for Omni Farmer, which means I need to take food in 13. Taking either 5 food fishing or 4 food traveling players, or baking or something like that. Baking gives up the Renaissance Man point, though. Yeah, some way to eat the vegetables better would be nice, because I have more vegetables than I need. I have more vegetables than I need. But the clay keeps getting snatched. That's been my big struggle this game, is getting clay. That's been my really big struggle. Wealthiest European to get the wood was nice, but I mean, I'm the only person who's fenced this much so far. Like, but the others are making up for it with their big houses, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough for me. I am gonna have like 13, 14 bonus points though. So yeah, 7 points from Omni Farmer, 5 or 6 points from Renaissance Man. Yeah, 13 bonus points with a 6 point Renaissance Man. That's good. That is really good. Yeah. You don't need to score too much on your farm if you're getting 13 bonus points. And I am scoring a lot on my farm. I do have a nice farm. My house is not big. I don't have a lot of family members, but my farm is nice. Not the nicest, but it's fine. Is Mercator going after those cattle? Maybe. Maybe Mercator. Although, it might just animal nurse the rest of the cattle. You know what? Giorgio's not going to plow sow. Giorgio doesn't care about plow sow. Yeah, so Mercator's going to plow sow. Which means I just need Agrippina to not take 2 cattle. Which is 8 food. So maybe Agrippina won't. You know what? Agrippina gets 2 cattle from fencing. Maybe Agrippina doesn't take the cattle. I might wheel the cattle. It's possible. And if I do, that's huge. That's another 3-point move with gold medal. I need as much 3 food as I can, as many 3 point actions as I can get. So spend 3 food to buy some stuff. Oh, who passed me wild game? You know what? Wild game is a source of food, actually. I might actually play that in 13. If I can't bake. The well is still there. If I can feed without the bronze oven, I can build the well. Wish I'd found time to play Clay Hut Builder. Because 10 clay would be massive this game. It would mean I'm ready. It would mean I can reno clay cooking hearth. It would mean I can reno clay hut extension. Like, yeah. If I had known that clay hut extension was getting past me, then the Clay Hut Builder is obviously a fantastic play. Too bad. Oh, you know what? Agrippina has meadow. I forgot about meadow. So Agrippina has enough wood to finish fencing. And have 4 pastures. She's light on her fields, but yeah, she does get to do more fencing. Yeah, Meadow's massive this game. Meadow's really massive, actually. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem for me. Yeah, 5-room stone house. Oh, Giorgio Plausos. Wow. Not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. Oh, the cattle got taken, of course. Yeah, I was saying that there was going to be 2 cattle, but of course it got taken by Mercator, I'm sure. Or Agrippina, one of the two. I wasn't really paying attention. Could start player again. Honestly, I could start player wild game. And then my last move would be... I don't know what it would be. I'll take the fishing. The fishing is a reasonably important action, it looks like. And then sheep to Omni. Hello, Yalinger. Sheep to Omni. I won't return a cattle to tenant farmer. And then I'll return sheep boar in 14. Yeah. I'll force them to have 6 cattle. I'm sure they're going to get to 6 cattle. But let's force them to do it. So I could take clay to give myself the option of Reno well or Reno bronze oven. Well, 3 clay doesn't give me enough for... Oh, it does give me enough for Reno bronze oven. Yeah, because I would buy a clay. Agrippina start players. I was considering start playering. Okay, if I'm going second next round, Reno is secure then. So then 3 clay is fine. Yeah. Finally get some clay. Jeez. Alright, and then sheep to Omni. There's my last Renaissance Man point. Giorgio might Reno build the well here. He would be giving up on his stone house, but it is the well. Actually, you know what? He can't build the well because of Mayor Candidate. So yeah, that means I get the well here, it looks like. So that's really good. Reno private oven. Yeah, and then I'll take Reed so that he can Reno to stone in the last round. Oh, it did that on Family Growth, not on Reno. Interesting. I mean, it's not like Renault's contested at all. Mercator can't get to stone. Not getting enough stone here. He'll appreciate me playing Bronze Oven if I do. Yeah, he'll really appreciate me playing Bronze Oven, which I think I've got to, right? I've got to. I need the bake action. I'll say thank you very much for letting me sort out my feeding without having to use a move. Yeah, Agrippina gets the last 2 cattle. Yep. Yeah, too bad. Just gonna be missing out on the global bonus is gonna be really bad for me. Missing out on the gold medal cattle and then missing out on the house steward. Those 2 things are quite painful. Get a preview of my score. So 28 plus 1. So Tenant Farmer and Allegory wash out. I'm going to have a negative on there. I'm going to have 2 extra animal points, so that's 30. 6-point Renaissance Man, 7-point Omni Farmer. So I'm at 43 right now. I Reno, that's 46. I build the Bronze Oven, that's 48. That's 48 with just 1 Renault improvement action next round. That's good. That's good. Did Giorgio not Renault this round? Is he forgetting about Mayor Candidate? He must have something else. He must have a way to spend 5 stone. Gotta, right? There's no way he'd leave himself open to that. I have 4 actions. Plow is 2 points. Taking stone might be points. So maybe I take stone and build the Bronze Oven. So maybe my 4 moves are Reno, stone, Bronze Oven, plow, or something like that. Or family growth here. Family growth. Only Mercator is competing with me for family growth. The other players are all at their max. How much stone do I need? I only need 1 stone, eh? The alternative to Bronze Oven, I guess, would be clay and then major improvement cooking hearth. Should I plow here? I guess I could also plow. I mean, I know Giorgio wants Reno Fence. Giorgio really wants Reno Fence. And Mercator needs to regularly fence. But I guess... Yeah, no, Giorgio is never doing anything other than Reno Fence here. Okay. So, that means it's not contested, so I could do something like plow. And then maybe instead of private oven, then I can bake. So bake, and then I can build the well. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably an okay sequence. Agrippina's at 43 right now. With 1 animal point to breed. 44. Yeah, 43 with 4 more. Oh, that's actually without her filling in her fences. Okay, Agrippina's got this. Yeah, Agrippina's got this one. Darn. Yeah. Yeah, Meadow so fantastic this game. Meadow is so incredibly good this game. And she got the first cooking hearth. And I had feeding problems. The others didn't really, but I had feeding problems. If I bake here, I can eat a raw vegetable. Yeah, with Mayor Candidate, Giorgio must have a plan to double Reno. I don't see what else it could be. Yeah, must have some card that helps him Reno. Yeah, Agrippina's up into the 50s now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting to 50. I might just get to 50, but Agrippina's got 50 beat, it looks like. Tough game. Tough game. I thought Family Growth flipping in round 5 was good enough. But I wonder if I needed some help from Archangel. Or the other question is, did I really screw up not taking a... Did I really screw up not taking a... one of the things that makes green better, like green card or something. Take the one green space. Last action, I just have to pick up one food for 1 point. Don't have anything better than that. Stone Giant. So he doesn't have a plan. Unless he's got another 2 Stone Miner. No, he doesn't have a way to do it. So he's going to have 2 negative points from Mayor Candidate. Wow. I'm pretty surprised by that. Giorgio really screwed up not renovating last round. I wonder if he didn't expect me to take this stuff to Reno. Maybe. Yeah, I think not getting Clay Hut Builder out was a problem. And I should look at what I took instead of Chief's Grandson. Or what I could have taken instead of Chief's Grandson. Because this is an unfortunate game. Maybe I needed to sow 2 grain earlier or something. I don't know. Not really sure. Not really sure what I needed to do here. Reedstone food. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Guess I could take a food action away from Agrippina. Instead of Reedstone food, take 1 veg. Sure. Don't believe that it matters, but yeah. Whatever, I'll just return all 3. It's fine. I'm not getting gold medal either way. O2 Omni. So this should be a 7-point Omni Farmer. Yeah. Maybe I Omni Farmered too early this game. That's the other thing is it did slow down the like omniing a grain slowed down my sowing and everything. So whatever I score plus 14. So it's going to be 50. Like I'm going to score 50-ish, but 52. It's not 50-ish. I don't think 52 is high enough to beat Agrippina. Too much food pressure on me this game. Yes, lots of food pressure on me. Yeah. 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 I guess I was really hoping that Archangel would... I'm surprised these guys were... Oh, I tied Agrippina. Wow. Did I tie for the win here? That's pretty remarkable. I really expected someone else to take Grain Reed so that I needed to just Archangel one time. And then I could play like a round 2 or round 3 Renaissance Man, and then it could potentially be 10 extra points. However, well, I did screw up one time. That Renaissance Man could have been 7 points if I just order my actions a bit differently. Looks like I tie Agrippina. If I just order my actions a bit differently, I probably can have 1 extra point from Renaissance Man. So then that's 53, and that's better too. That's better as well. Because I screwed up. There was one round where after I turned Renaissance Man on, I missed it because I did a sow bake action. I think in an even numbered round, which was a mistake. I guess the other thing is I should be hoping not to bake in round 8 or 9. I guess that was a problem too. Instead of baking in round 8 or 9, I should be sundialing a grain onto the field in round 9. I think that was a big mistake. Yes, I should be sundialing a second grain field. So instead of taking grain to 5 food bake in round 9, that should have been, if I could have bottom fed there, if I could have taken 4 food from something else, then I'm in a much better spot. I'd be in a much better spot in that case. So it looks like I tied Agrippina for the win. Yeah, Agrippina and I both had the best ways of avoiding the wood problems. Agrippina had meadow, and I had wealthiest European and not building multiple rooms. Who started first at the beginning of the game? I have to look at the game log to know that. I can't look at chat. Agrippina started first. I started second, so I lose the tiebreak to Agrippina there. Ties, meh. Yeah. I'll host another. It was a good game, though. Good game. Yeah. Without getting either of these points from Agrippina, the fact that I managed to tie without getting either of those points, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the big difference. Thought ties went to whoever was later in turn order. No, actually, second seed is favored over first seed because of the 1 extra food. So second seed is considered to be in a favored position. They win if you look at the graph, first and third are pretty close in terms of win percentage, and second player has a bit of a spike, and then fourth player has a bit of a dip. So it's like, yeah, 1 and 3 have approximately equal chance to win, and then second is favored, and then fourth is a little disfavored. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was my big screw up, that if I'm going to do a baking game, like once I build the clay oven, I'm pretty committed to some form of baking strategy. So I think the fact that I didn't... so I think if I do... once I recognize I'm going down the baking path, I need to think, how do I get this second grain zone? Because sowing the vegetable was not important. Sowing the vegetable was not important at all. I had more vegetables than I needed. You can tell because I took 1 grain and ate 2 raw at the end of the game. And I didn't buy the second grocer vegetable. So I need to pull out... I need to get that second grain zone. So that means instead of my sow bake... Because I did a sow bake action in 8 or 9, and I just... It was practically just a bake grain to 1-5 food. So that action probably either needs to be bronze oven for more efficiency, because then it's not just a sow bake. It can happen on start player, and it gives me points. Or the other thing it could be is if it had been a 4 or 5 food action, if that would have been enough. Alright guys, fun game. I'm glad I managed to pull off the tie with Agrippina. Agrippina had a very strong game, played it very well, so it was fortunate that I was able to tie. I'm going to take a short break, and we'll fire up another game. We'll see you in a bit.